All right. Hello, guys. Welcome back. So, part two sort of got butchered. I messed up the audio, so now I had to voice over it. I mentioned that in part three that I had to voice over it, and so far, Hollow Knight's pretty neat. It's going across pretty well. I can't complain less, but I'm just gonna essentially just, as I said before, just voice over what was going in my mind at the time. So this, I was already headed in the left direction, and then I saw this area, and then knowing that I could rebound off of stuff, I tried repeatedly, lost a lot of health, God forbid. uh, and then eventually got across, only to realize, oh hey, I don't got the necessary health for if I encounter anything, because I originally thought I was gonna just encounter that stupid little gigantic giant thing with a stick, you know, the easy things to fight. But I go over here thinking there's nothing over there, just, you know, la-di-da, cruising on like without a care in the world, and then I meet this thing. Now this thing, the first attempt I came across, he wasn't exactly, you know, well, Jesus, I died that quick. I didn't even see myself lose the first health bar. But because I cut a bunch of pieces from it. I don't know exactly how much I cut,
Papa
but
Nada.
I know I cut enough to at least trim it down all the way to 16-ish, around that much. So during the boss fights and stuff, I'll try not to talk too much. You know, just let you take it in, explore the surroundings, see what it is. But I got on the escalator again afterwards because I'm like, okay, well, I'm not screw running back. I'm just get on this. And then let me read this. I don't know how fast I went with reading this, but I'll read the next one. Give it a second. This place was once full of travelers coming and going. It seems much quieter now. Eager to travel the stageways? Just hop upon the platform. Give me the signal and we'll soon be on our way. So I'll read the voices and stuff too, if I see them, because I should know the timing, at least. Hopefully. I think I should, more or less. But going across, it's actually pretty decent so far. Nothing to complain about. And then I decided to go back to the spider because if you notice in the top left, my little health bar thing, not health bar, but my little energy where I collect the souls and stuff, I didn't know that when you died, you would lose like a portion of it. So basically, long story short, it's harder to heal and get that back. And I know what I need to do. I need to get a map of the region I'm in now, because part 3 I made it to like a forest region. You'll see that whenever I upload it. But this one in particular, the base area, you know, the starter area, I need an actual like a full map, not a partial map from that mosquito guy. And then, as you can see, my lovely what's the proper way to say idiot without offending anybody? My lovely mentally impaired self goes back over. Oh, by the way, I haven't introduced myself, have I? Yes, I should apologize for that. When you spend a lot of time by yourself with just your own thoughts, you forget the niceties of conversation. My name is Cornifer, and I've always loved exploring the world. Why, when I was first hatched, I wandered off immediately, leaving my brothers and sisters and poor mother behind. That's why as soon as I could move, I moved to Dirtmouth with my wife, a huge unending kingdom to explore right on our doorstep. Anyway, I'll let you return to your travels. With a little luck, we'll meet again. Be safe and farewell. And I did not read that second to last one all the way. I messed that one up. I didn't know I read it that fast. Jesus. Because usually whenever I read their little dialogue and stuff, if I'm just reading it as it goes, I tend to stutter a lot because my brain's trying to mix two words together. I don't like that. It happens all the time. It's annoying. And so usually, well, not usually, but let's see what happens as this YouTube channel goes along in the nice little cycle of life. Hopefully I get better at not stuttering, but you know, not much to do in terms of that, except I guess keep trying to voice act, see what happens. Because ironically enough, so on my Death's Door playthrough, that one was actually, like I said before, when the grunt was talking, I didn't have any other words pop in my head, no other phrases that tried to get out first. And I'm talking about when I was doing the Frog King boss fight or whatever, when I was getting to the final boss with the Frog King, and I was reading the grunts speak back, and he was speaking in like broken Yoda language. That one was easy. Ironically enough, I'm just like disappointed in myself for it. But let me go ahead and be quiet so y'all can hear this at least. Now that I'm dead again. So my thought process, the reason why I kept going back to it. So besides me repairing my health, I wanted to go back because that's the only like certifiable area I found where I had to fight something that's not a common minion. So I naturally assumed and said, okay, maybe I need to go in this direction. Maybe that's where the game's leading me, so to speak. Because you'll see in this, I think it's the next attempt coming up. In the next attempt coming up, I should last a lot longer. And Jesus Christ, those flies piss me off so much. And you notice I keep falling down and getting hit by those idiots over and over again. It's ridiculous. And then it's like they keep on predicting where you're going. When you hop to the side and stuff, they just know, and they just somehow rebound and go in the exact direction you wanted to go in the first place. But that's besides the point. So, as I was saying before, as the YouTube channel progresses, I will hopefully get better at not stuttering a lot. I've gotten pretty good so far. Only problem is like I said before, my brain thinks of a different word, and then I immediately try to say that different word while I'm already speaking one word, and then it ends up colliding with itself. If you wondered how people who stutter view the way they speak, Jesus. This one actually lasted a long time, I think. And as I'm fighting him, and yes, I'm talking during this one. I'm only talking during this one because I might as well. Because this one goes on for a bit. But my thought process during this attempt was, well, I'm already close to full health, getting over here, so might as well try. And then as you notice how I'm dodging this mega volley that keeps shooting, the main reason why I'm able to, like, you know, thread the needle with it, because I'm looking up as it's shooting it out. Like if I see it shoot a bunch out, I look up and I try to find the gap in between. Most of the time didn't have a gap, but you know, it was like a 50-50 toss-up. I got lucky with that occasionally, but I don't think I can beat this anytime soon. At least I didn't even pay attention to this name. I just kept on calling it a spider the whole time. And I'm gonna keep on calling it a spider now. But I explored elsewhere, so after this, because this was the furthest I've gotten, that's why I kept fighting. I'm like, okay, now I'm making some actual progress here, and let's see if it gets close to dying. But no, it didn't. I just kept on trying over and over again, watching volley after volley. Get hit once. Is this me about to die soon? I think it is. Because I kept on trying to heal and sneak in hits on the side every time it did its mega volley. And a couple other things didn't pan out so well. Oh, and you're gonna hear me mention me voicing over part 2 and part 3. because I was quite understandably semi-pissed because it took 40, well not took, but it was 40 minutes of recording, and then once I said, okay, let me end it because I think it's been trailing on a little bit too long, you know. I looked and then I started talking in my recording. It's like, oh, would you look at that? My audio isn't picking up. That's lovely. Yeah, there you go. I got it again. So fade to black, get over here. Now over here, if you listen closely, you can hear like you can hear a worm sound. Like, let me stop talking for a second. And then as I went along, I kept on hearing it around this area, and then that's why I noticed that's right there. Because the easiest way to figure out if the worms are nearby, the caterpillars are nearby, are they get like happy and depressed they get happy when you get close, and then you hear them get depressed the second you leave the area, and they go, and then they start, oh, well, I'm stuck here for the rest of my life. Yes, you are, pal. So this was the first notable sign of progress I made, where it's like, okay, something other than that spider thing. So I went, fought this, and then figured myself out from there after I killed it. But, so, in terms of channel plans, I'm gonna focus mainly on, just for me personally, like mainly like, you know, story-driven games. Story narrative, however you want to say it. Only because for me, that interests me, just seeing the journey along. I'm trying to find, well, this one I intentionally went with the whole little, oh, it's just gonna show you text, because I know at least Hollow Knight, at least, you know, you just get the regular text, you don't get any voice acting in it. But I wanted to find a game with actual like voice acting to some degree. That way I wouldn't have to keep on, you know, straining myself to do the female voice, straining myself to do the like higher pitch female voice, because I only have 2 female voices that I can think of. But, you know, I'll fiddle around with my voice, see if I can find more. For the guy voices, I have a lot. It's just, you know, me remembering it. And this is the part where, once I got rid of that one, I fought the False Knight, is his name? Yeah, False Knight. And then that's when I knew that I was going the right direction. It was lovely. But I will give you this though. When it comes to me playing games, one, I'm a very tedious guy, so even if it's torture, I'll eventually get it done and finish it. Just like because the thing with FTL is, like, just like my FTL, I like FTL. I like it a lot. But the problem is, when you die and you have to restart, is such a drag, because going through the whole solar system again, only to get jumped by rebels or something like that, it'll piss you off real quick. Especially when you just see your crew, whenever they have, I think part 4 showed, like, I encountered a ship with mind control. And in that part 4 of my FTL playthrough, that when they got mind control and they started shooting stuff, and then slowly but surely my ship couldn't handle itself. And they're like, oh, well, we're gonna die now. So yeah, that's lovely. You know, that's what I needed when I was like halfway through. I don't even think I was halfway through in that one. I was like 2 sectors through and then something happened. But as I was saying, I'm a tedious guy. If it, like I said before, even if it's somewhat torturous, as long as it's bearable and I have to drive to do it, I'll complete the story. Because I put it this way, I hate an unfinished story, and that's what I'm aiming for on this channel. I'll try and finish, like, you'll see me upload regular, like, other different stuff, like Apex, Smite, you know, one-off games where it's just, I can just play it on the side every now and then, no problem. And, you know, just casual, I'm chilling when I'm gaming. And then there's me attempting stuff like Hollow Knight, Death's Door, Nobody Saves the World. And that's the main focus of the channel. I don't know if it'll change later on, if I run out of like story-driven games to play. or if I even get a viewer base to, you know, give me suggestions in the first place of, oh, you should play this and that, or blah blah blah. But you know, we'll see what happens, what comes to fruition. Because right now, upon me uploading this Hollow Knight Part 2, my channel's relatively fresh. I don't got I don't got much views in the first place. The only views I got is me. But for those lucky few who happen to come across this channel and see Hollow Knight, I hope you end up, you know, at least being curious about it, curious enough to stay for a bit, and you know, see what happens from there. Maybe the channel will grow on you, maybe it won't. Who knows, man? I'm just trying to upload video gameplay. That way I can have it for later so I can watch it. If I get bored, I can just come back and watch my own gameplay later. And actually not be frustrated with the guy if he decides to do something else entirely different. But this was it, Hollow Knight. Thank you very much for watching, and that's it.